This weekend, after returning to O'Hare Airport from Puerto Rico, 23 department volunteers spent 10 days on the island delivering food and water to remote areas of the island. They also provided medical attention to people in need following the devastation from Hurricane Maria. And joining us this morning to share what they experienced on that trip is Chief Juan Hernandez, Lieutenant Luis Cordero, and Commander Frank Velez. Thank you so much, all three of you, for coming in this morning. I know it's very early, but really, I want to ask you first of all, what made you volunteer for this? It had to be in your heart, and seeing everything you saw on television.
We started the mission out with a lot of individuals volunteering, wanting to do something. So our fire commissioner put us to the test and says, okay, give me a list of those that really do want to attend. So we had a couple hundred people. Unfortunately, we can only take 22 at the first round because the Puerto Rico Fire Department can only accommodate 22 at the moment. United Airlines stepped up. They offered us the flights to take us out there and the equipment needed for us to be able to sustain ourselves out there. So we were able to go out there and start a mission.
And everybody who went spoke fluent Spanish, right? That was one of the things you wanted, somebody that can get out there and speak the language, right?
Yeah, 98% of us spoke fluent Spanish. So
tell us about the trip. So did you, when you got there, did you stay together and go, how did you begin your mission?
So we arrived, actually the Red Cross assisted us in finding some place to stay in San Juan. From San Juan we went to Juncos, where the Puerto Rican Fire Department had their base station.
And this is some of the work, these pictures we're looking at, this is
correct.
Group?
Correct. From there we would divide up into missions for the day, and we performed 54 missions. We traveled to 58 communities.
Wow.
So these gentlemen and ladies did a lot of work and made us proud.
Yeah, this was not a vacation. This was a working trip. What did you find when you were there, Lieutenant? What shocked you the most?
What really was impressive was the resilience of the people that were there. They're helping each other out, even though they were completely devastated by this hurricane. Towns like Humacao, Maricao, Utuado, Lares, they had mudslides, trees in the middle of the blocking their path to have access to any kind of food or water. So at times we had to help carry the food and water to them. Utuado was the most impressive, where they created a zip line with a shopping cart to get food to the people that were isolated from the rest of society.
You are kidding. So that had to just blow you away when you see them pulling a shopping cart to get supplies up that island.
Over the river, yes.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. You know, Congressman Luis Gutierrez said that he was really upset with some of his colleagues in Congress because he wanted them to go to the areas where you were telling them how bad it was. But those members of Congress that went to visit, they didn't want to stay overnight. What are your thoughts about that? I mean, do you think that you cannot get a real feel for what people are going through until you've actually been there without power and evening? I mean, day and night, two different things.
I agree 100%. You have to be, boots on the ground and get the full perspective of what is actually going on out there. It's fine and dandy on a helicopter because you have to do some recon missions in order to see the terrain, but you have to first be boots on the ground in order for you to really get the full perspective of it.
And we're into the remote areas where we're needed the most.
Right, the mountainous areas, the areas that are hard to get to. The government says that they've been doing a spectacular job. You all saw a little something different from your own experiences. Do we have a long way to go before the folks in Puerto Rico are back to normal? We know they're not going to get power until the middle of December, but what are your thoughts on how far they have to come? I
do think they have a long way to go, but as the lieutenant said, they are resilient, so I don't know if you want to speak a little bit more on that.
Sure. Like I was saying, they're very resilient. They are working very hard themselves. There's a fireman that we're working with who had been activated for Irma, and he had been working nonstop the entire time. Meanwhile, he had lost his own home during Maria, but he still resiliently worked throughout this without even going home to take care of his own home.
As an example of one hero on that island, you guys are heroes for doing the work that you did as well. I know you guys, you hear that all the time, and you're very modest, but you do a great job. Thank you for going out there and taking care of our U.S. citizens.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. All right.